Close your eyes and begin to breathe deeply and slowly. As you breathe and relax, you might experience that wonderful sense of homecoming that you have at the end of a long day when you sit for a moment alone and relax, bathed in the warm red-orange hues of the setting sun. A moment when you feel uniquely yourself. And as you relax and breathe into that sense of homecoming, you might remember a time in your life or in a dream when you felt a sense of relief as you stepped into a beautiful, secluded place in nature. With that same feeling, imagine that you are at the base of a wooded mountain. As you walk, you feel the incline of your path as it begins to ascend. The air against your face is faintly moist, and you are deeply refreshed by the green shadows around you. You hear the songs of birds high in the branches overhead, and feel the breeze as it rustles through the leaves. Breathe and relax even more completely. And with each breath, you feel youthful energy flowing in your body, an excitement you might have felt long ago when you were learning something new, when you felt as if you were creating the very thing which you were learning. Like that same creative excitement you felt the very first time you stood on your own 2 feet and created for yourself a future of walking and running and dancing and freedom. Take the time to remember with your full being that moment of invention before you called it learning. You look anew at the path ahead as it leads you upward. You say to yourself with each step, I really don't know what's ahead. But you realize that you've had years of practice creating your own learning. You are confident. You've developed a power you can use to explore everything that will be available to you. You create as you invent your own meditation and future. That power, exquisitely expressed in your past, is now accompanying you into a totally new experience. You will use it on the path ahead. As you climb upward, noticing the clear blue sky above, you may feel confident and serene. And with this promise, your heart begins to gently open like a rose, unfolding one petal at a time to reveal a golden center. You begin to sense quite strongly that you are coming to a place in this journey that holds something very important for you, and you seem to long for this place with that same sense of homecoming. As this thought is presenting itself to you, you break from the woods into a clearing. In the middle of the clearing, you can see a high wall that appears to encircle the very side of the mountain you have been climbing. You walk across the clearing and begin to follow the wall, trailing your hand along its rough surface, wondering what's on the other side and looking for an opening. You come to a door and try in vain to push it open. Then you realize this is a magical door, and you will have to look more carefully for some unique gesture which has meaning for you that will unlock the door. As the door opens, you feel the same delight you might have felt as a child on Christmas morning when you awoke to open your presents. And you step into a garden that is actually quite familiar. You look at the simple, quiet colors around you in this half-moon-shaped retreat and feel a relief at its simplicity. The large stones, weathered for centuries, are covered with moss and look as if they have always been here to provide a quiet place for you to sit. A few ferns soften the meeting of the wall and the earth, and a scattering of wildflowers grow at the base of an ancient tree whose branches shade this small, quiet space. Your feet sink into the carpet of green grass, and as you look and explore the garden, you discover a beautiful, high archway leading into the side of the mountain. You may be very intrigued by this, for you may have believed that the interior of a mountain would be dark and barren. But as you stand, looking toward the mountain entrance, you can see the distant splashes of sunlight falling in the interior. You find yourself delightfully surprised that there is something available here, something that is deeply personal and will contribute to an ever-increasing sense of balance, well-being, and wholeness in your life. And with that thought, you find yourself sinking into a deep sense of gratitude and joy at the wealth you are about to explore. That texture of wealth and abundance fills your body as you breathe in the rich fragrance of the garden around you. Before you enter the mountain, you stop and notice that on the path there is a bowl made of brass, and lying beside the bowl is a smooth, worn stick. This bowl is very old, and when you pick it up, you feel the imperfect roundness of its shape, which seems to fit perfectly in your hand. As you take the stick and begin to gently stroke the rim of the bowl in a circular movement, the bowl begins to resonate with a sound that engages every cell of your body, as if you are being struck like a tuning fork and tuned by the frequency of the bowl. As your body vibrates in response to the sound, you feel yourself being infused with a brilliant indigo light. In a state of perfect awareness, you step inside and see yourself in a circular room with high ceilings. Scattered columns of golden light fall on the floor, and as you breathe in the rich solitude, a quiet peace envelops your whole being. The sounds of the world are removed, and you are washed by the silence around you. You may experience a great relief and a deepening quality of completeness as the cares and the pressures of the world drop away, and you sense in every part of your being that you are home